You're not good for me at all. I'm in fucked up, messing with my mind. I bet that you do this all the time. I'm my blood, that's up behind the mask. All I can see is red flags.
Yeah, you were right this time, you were right this time. Take a look around, look what you did last night. What you did last night, never heard a sound. Yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd show that you were right this time, you were right this time. Oh no, now the truth comes out and I know that you want me about it. Shallow, you were only ever in for yourself, yeah, in for yourself. Oh great, fantastic, you mastered it all. Lie like you plastic, they had it so long. Oh, your antics
They haven't set up their positions well, allowing cats. Oh my god! Good. I'm very good. I'm very good. Evening everyone. On the NA server, we are back with the Challengers tournament. But finally, we are in the final stage, first round. 4 clans left remaining. Void, Zero Gravity, Rival, and it's PPS. Have to be careful about that clan name though. But anyway, we also have someone with me in the commentator box. We have Avery, who is going to join me to co-commentate tonight. Hello, Avery.
I don't know about that. I'm just gonna be lurking here. No,
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun matches to watch. For those of you who are the noobs playing this game, you probably, because you're a big noob, you probably don't know what's going on in this stream. So let us just remind you what it'll be the format of the Challengers tournament. So we're currently in the final stage. The games you're seeing will be all in best of 5 series. That is, whichever team wins the first 3 matches will win the fixture, and then tomorrow it will be the best of 7 with the bracket finals and grand finals best of 9. So the format is a double elimination knockout stage for both stages basically. So Avery, what is a double elimination knockout stage?
Double elimination meaning you are allowed to lose once. Losing twice means you are out of the tournament and your place is finished. And today one team will have to say goodbye, at least in the challenges, and also one in the professionals.
Or if you are an optimist, there will be 3 clans left remaining, and these 3 clans will be the top 3 clans in the Challengers tournament. So which way you want to put it. For I know Wargaming always loves to say that one team will be eliminated. You're such a pessimist, I know, but anyway, let's continue. The final stage, upper bracket first round seeding, is as follows. I'm not going to repeat, just read. And these are the maps that will be played tonight. We begin with Campsteer, Canal, and Naval Frontier. And oh my goodness me, now looking at these maps, I'm afraid
Oh no,
you're going to fall asleep. I'm sorry, but
those are gonna be some long games.
Yeah, very long games. I hope both of us won't fall asleep while commentating, but if we did, it will be quite a scene actually. So please, we might probably do some tour guide in these maps. You know, there's lots of landmarks in both Campsteer and Canal, so if you want to visit these 2 places, maybe we can do some introduction. If time is allowed, obviously. And then the lower bracket first round will begin with Normandy, Yukon, and Wintermine Nova. It's kind of a complete 100% degree change there. These maps are a lot more brawly, and games could end relatively quickly. So interesting selection of maps we will be streaming tonight. Tonight, we will be following the final stage first round tomorrow, bracket finals, and the day after tomorrow, grand finals, and then end of the season, and we will have to wait for a month at least for another season to come up, which is summer season. I think Wargame confirmed that to be tier 10, so it's not tier 8. Don't worry, you don't have to save money for your 252 use. But anyway, let's continue. 2 games will be streamed tonight. First round, upper bracket first round in around 6 minutes. Lower bracket first round around an hour later. And all the time here, there will be a 5-minute stream delay to prevent teams from stream sniping. That is to not the team to know where the other team is going to go or the tanks they're going to take. This is what else should I say? I suddenly forgot. Yes, the reason why it's 5 minutes is because the countdown to the first match is 5 minutes, and I can't do shorter delay because I always love to go into the room early. So you know, I'm not sure about you, Avery. Do you do that
Not
often?
early enough, because I'm in before you.
Yeah, I know. So let's continue to watch. Zero Gravity, this is the roster. You will find out soon, and just let me know if I got the Klipnuchka right. Klipnuchka. I just think that the Y and the U always confuses me in this context, but it's Russian. Sorry. And that's just the voice lineup, and this is the rivals lineup, and this is the PPS lineup, and so many PP here. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Bramble is predicting Jokers to win 3-1 against Primal Rain, 3-2 against Apex Challengers, PPS 3-2 against Zero Gravity, and Rifle clean sweep against Void. This is an interesting result. I'm not expecting that at all. I believe it's not going to be this score, and I don't trust Bramble on this, so take my word on that. If you want to donate to my stream, here are the links, and let's get into the room, shall we? Jokers versus Primal will be streamed by Fishy and Papa Rage, if I remember correctly, and the other game, Rain versus Apex, will be streamed by Eminet and Fujit.
You are
Yes.
indeed correct. These lineups are proper. And Papa Rage, of course, doing it in Spanish.
Obviously, yes, and our colleague 34 is going to stream the other match in the Challengers tournament, which is going to be Void versus Rifle. So will Rifle do a clean sweep, or will Bramble completely jinx Rifle here? We will find out soon. But here we are seeing both teams with 7 players. PPS, because there's so many PP at the front of their names, so I kind of have to go through one by one. Let's do it like during the game to read out their names. But on the other hand, 0G, Edgy in the 50B, only 150B. I don't see that often. Usually it's run in packs of 2. What do you think about a single 50B, Avery?
Single 50B is not too uncommon, but not too often used on Castilla. If you see one, it's usually a double. Maps that do use a singular 50 are sometimes a map like Mayan, which is very enclosed, or even Black Gold Rule sometimes, in the weirdest of situations, but Castilla is a weird one for a non-double 50B.
Immediately I would think of that 50B going into that bush. I mean, they are not good. They are from the north side, so that's getting even weirder. Because if they are from the south side, then I could imagine that 50B to go into that bush between the buildings to reset B. But they are spawning from the north side, so I will be interested to see where this 50B will go. But other than that, triple eyes for a T125, a Kran, and Klubnichka and the Vickers Light. Nailed it. Yes. It's going to get a lot of spots up, and he is always playing the Vickers Light. Sometimes in the Crown Bargain, but usually in the Vickers Light. And this map can be really good for a Vickers Light. Usually you will see that tank from the north side to go somewhere near the northeastern corner through the high mountains. This is the position where you could spot a lot of tanks crossing into sea and so on. What do you think about PPS lineup here, Avery?
I mean, the STB is not an uncommon choice, especially seeing as how they spawn on the south side of the map. Usually used to reset A, and probably one of the better tanks to do so, since it can withstand some shots, which Ivikas can too, but the gun mantlet is now, since it's been nerfed, quite unreliable. And since PPS is running both, I'm expecting to see that Vickers spot up the seaside along their windmill up top, maybe even just a little bit passive behind C. Both which are viable, but seeing Ice Force, I think they might defend B here, but generally it's a very normal spreaded lineup.
Yeah, I would say, well, Did I get the right? Yeah, I got the right transition. Good. But only 5 viewers, so none of you guys are watching us babbling nonsense. But anyway, we are now on to Cam Steer. STB, well, I agree with you. Really good tank to hold down to reset A. It's like one of the best tanks to do that. But we will see how Zero Gravity is going to approach this. I assume this is going to become quite a snooze fest very soon.
It might very well be, but recent times I have seen some very intense and very fast-paced games. Some of them which went terribly wrong. So it's all about if you be aggressive, how you time your matchup,
Right.
and how timing your pushes properly. Because if you do not get that right, you're just gonna get shot to pieces in a lot of areas, and you generally don't really want that.
So you see both Vickers like going in general direction of the seaside. None of them are spotting up any tanks, and PPJTA has gone near the Citadel. I mean, there is a lot of names of that kind of building. The church. Well, actually, why don't we call it the Every Church? No. You don't want that church to be named after you, then.
Definitely not. Because we have an STB overcommitting already. A little bit too aggressive here. Does manage to get out away from it though. And we see the use of the 50B now. It's to defend the A position and just generally overlook the heavy tanks. That clip definitely will help in case PPS does decide to push here.
Yep. Oh, Sherman already took a hit. I didn't see it coming though. Probably from I don't know. It's I don't know who shot Sherman there. JTA trying a hand onto something but couldn't quite hit anything. Apart from the dirt, where I think the ants would be very terrified about that. But at the moment, both teams are holding nicely. No caps are getting captured.
We see a Vickers encounter here. Karma looking to find the opposing Vickers here in a very short moment.
Oh, yeah, they are. And let's look at the karma here under his perspective. Dominic tries to put a shot as P5, I mean, but couldn't connect. And Karma has to play it really, really carefully, because if he doesn't, then it's karma to him. But great shot into P5 nonetheless.
It's a very big waiting game now. Trying to get in some early damage for a potential late game push. Or just even trying to push back the opposing team. To make room for potential cap play, but currently it's not looking like anyone is gonna do anything too risky here.
Though, I mean, looking at both both teams, they have tanks looking to reset C, they have tanks looking to reset B. Klishka is trying to run away, got spotted by Karma once again, but he is safe at the moment. And A is also getting attention from both teams, so this is going to go really down. And I mean, while we are waiting for any action to we probably might be seeing some action happening with Zero Gravity looking to fortify A now.
Yeah. It's also interesting to mention that Karma there got that one spot onto the opposing Vickers. Without getting seen himself, that might have put him under a bit of pressure there. But
JTA
Karma
once
now
again
has quite a bit of room to breathe.
JTA once again going into a relatively aggressive position to spot up tanks, but he went back though. Nostalgic Aussie saying 9 Nien. What? I don't know what you're talking about there, but at the moment it's still dull, but Zero Gravity is stacking up near the church side. Don't know what's going to happen. Well, while we are waiting, how is your day, Every?
I've been very delighted to see Karma there getting a shot into his rival there, also playing a Vickers. He has been able to outspot him there.
Oh, Zero Gravity make a push.
We do see a push in the making here. PPS here focusing on P6 there and Turtle.
Ooh.
And Zero Gravity here blocking each other quite drastically, not playing the best of pushes.
The zero
And
gravity, I think that push seems to be halted by PPS, so credits to them, but the hit points are now in favor of PPS. But zero gravity, I think they have more tanks potentially, zero gravity, so they could absolutely shut down the isolated tanks, but they need to focus fire.
Yeah, Edgy just now joining the fight here. He took a little bit long with his 50B there, especially considering that his team already considered to push in regardless. Took him a little bit too long to join this one, but he is gonna help out on skips here against that Kranwagen, and that might be very painful to PPS
Skips.
here.
Yeah, Skips now. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone knocked my door.
We have PPS here now with a tank down. The Vickers is still fighting in the corner. Karma here finally deciding to push onto the opposing Vickers. We have Turtle here finally going down. Dominic here, P6, down to potential one-shot. And Jack finally back.
Yeah, sorry. Someone told me to keep my volume down. I'm very sure I didn't talk loudly. So, awesome tank is now dead, and now it's PPS losing quite a lot of hit points, now down to almost half the hit points as zero gravity. Zero gravity looking really strong here now.
Yeah, the 50 here reloading. JTA should be able to do quite a bit of farming. But Karma is fully out of this fight here. He did win the Vickers battle, but the rest of his team lost the fight in general. And zero gravity here is gonna be winning this one. We have a minute left, and there's not gonna be enough time to play with caps here, Karma.
Very true. The Karma got C and is trying to run away, but zero gravity is also looking for B as well and finding out Karma, and he spotted. Great shot into Edgy though, but it's 4 versus 1. I think Karma would try his best to survive, but I don't think he will last for long, and he's killed.
Some good shots there onto Edgy before he got down, but not quite able to do it here. Pretty chaotic push there from zero gravity, yeah. But PPS just couldn't take advantage of it, missing that 50 there, and just not being reactive enough, and they gave zero gravity just enough time to just rebuild their defenses and lineup in general. And with that 50 then joining the fight, even though they lost the Vickers battle, it just turned out way better for them.
Yeah, I would say the zero gravity, that push was not the best push though, but they had the right idea, but they spent some time to figure out the tanks to focus first, and apparently when someone knocked my door, I apparently missed the most important part. So I think that important part there made all the difference here, whether zero gravity, it was a victory for PPS or zero gravity, and PPS didn't really regroup when zero G didn't push further in to isolate their tanks, and I think that is the main reason why PPS lost this one.
But yeah, we have our lineups here being changed, but the STB stays, just not with the right team. That has been now swapped to the other side.
Yep.
And
got the wrong order.
that is a lot of Kranwagens though for PPS here. Quad now, very slow lineup that they want to go for here. Even more so considering the map we're playing on.
Alright, there we go. 5 seconds left to go, and zero gravity once again taking an STB1. Seems they like their STB1, and quadruple crumb bargains. It will be interesting to see how it's going to work. But I would say there is going to be a change of pace for PPS this time. They are probably going to make use of the clipping potential to make a big push maybe at the end, or maybe they're just going for a straight on push at the start. We will never know. We will find out very soon.
But it wasn't actually Zero Gravity who played the STB, it was PPS who played it, so it's just the tank moved it down to the other team, yep.
Oh yeah,
As
yeah.
it's
You're
now
right,
Arctic playing, previously GTA. Maybe Arctic can show him off here to how to do it properly. Already speeding ahead very fast.
This time, Karma is taking the same route as Klubnichka last game on that Vickers slide, but Klubnichka is going to get a lot of spots in, going into this position, and it will spot up War Machine and JTA probably. Oh, didn't hit that shot though.
I mean, he did hit the track, but it doesn't really do a lot. And look at that zero gravity here. Tripling up on the B side. We might see a very early cap on that. As we see P5, you're already pushing in very aggressive manner here.
Yeah,
from zero gravity.
That will be important. PPS with no tank trying to reset B. That will actually speed up the game because at least PPS would need to do something to to address this issue with the caps.
Definitely, especially since B is hard to get mid and late game. Getting this one early, just like on other maps this season previously seen, teams have started to play around that, and getting these now early out of the game makes it very hard on the opposing team to react properly.
Both teams
are starting to bleed.
True, Sherman got shot by a little bit, but it's actually Zero Gravity who, which is not trading well. You're seeing the Ice Force trying to back off, but receives quite a lot of shells from.
Push here on the red Vickers. He's already down to a 2-shot here. Very aggressive manner from PPS. Very risky plays indeed.
Risky, but they have to keep on pushing further because the Kranvagers, they're now out in the open and exposed, and you know those IS4s could push shots into Kranvagers, and if I was them, I would push through and stay safe there.
Very passive play that Zero Gravity is trying to drawing out these IS4s now away from that position, probably to just save up behind C. Or even help out their other tanks around A.
But I mean, Zero Gravity has the cap lead. They have 1 cap, PPS 0 caps, so absolutely Zero Gravity just need to defend. It's actually PPS that needs to make a move though. But credits to Zero Gravity bled the Kranvagers really well, and that gave them the hit point pool lead, so they can be comfortable now.
We have Karma here now slowly but surely playing around on the ridge line here. Or the red line more specifically, trying to find some shots and spots. Could shoot edgy here, but I think he doesn't want to reveal himself quite yet with his position found. Gonna be having a very slow movement here.
Oh, P5 taking a hit there. Hit point still neck and neck. Oh, Numinator taking a hit. PPS is doing well in chipping away the hit points of Zero Gravity. Now they have the hit point pulley back. But it's like back and forth about the hit points though. Edgy is spotted as well, and it's still quite stagnant at the moment.
Yeah, P5 is in a pretty troublesome situation, taking 2 shots from War Machine from across the map, having to turn around now as Skips, who potentially, if he peeks far enough, could see a side. So he's not in a great position by any means, but we see GTA here pushing quite far forward.
Yeah. I got a complete edgy, great track shot right here. It doesn't have the repair kit, or maybe he's saving up that repair kit. But he's trying to hold down, but it's going to be hard because JTA, the Kranvagers have a lot of gun depression, and P6 puts a great shell into JTA, and he has to be really careful there.
Especially seeing as how GTA has that Vickers, has that Kranvagen behind him as well. They can easily do some damage here, and GTA cannot be pushed without any big risks involved.
But now PPS is leading by more than 1,000 hit points though. I think the time will be ripe soon for them to push through and shut down tanks now. Arctic still holding up there, but looking at Dominic, it's really low. Edgy is also quite low and alone there. So
yeah, if we also have a look here, Sherman and Awesome Tanker are starting to put quite some dominance and aggression here. Up on top of the hill, pushing down Zero Gravity here. He has to be having to drop down now, being double tapped. And they are not in a great position right now.
Yeah, PPS is now pressing the lineup, applying pressure.
There goes the Vickers. Karma here pushing through the spawn. The STB drops down as well, and PPS here in absolute control right now in this 5v7 situation.
Oh, Karma is in a really good position trying to shut down AG. He has nowhere to go now. He's going to be farmed by Karma, and looking at Kronberg is now making a move to go in to support the PPS tanks here. With P6 now dead, this game is looking likely to be in PPS favor. But time is running short, only 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go.
Definitely, we have the first tank dropping here on PPS. Still, though, this is a free V6 here. And if this runs out, Zero Gravity is gonna win it by points. All they need to do is stay alive here. Nubinator
All they need to do
might be that exact one.
1 minute remaining to go. Khan is going for A, but I don't think it's the caps that is of that much of attention. It's actually the time above. They have 50 seconds left to go. Turtle Juice is a 3-shot potentially. Nubinator as well. They have to make every shot count.
Nubinator just needs to stay alive. It doesn't even matter about the points anymore. He just needs to survive this for 30 more seconds. Down to a one-shot though. JTA behind him, he's not gonna be able to stay alive.
That's a sudden death right here. JTA dropping down and not taking any hit, any damage going into the river. Happy fishing then.
It's a very, very close game though. Looking at that, they could have just ran away here had they played it a bit more persistently there. But with that, we have our tie for the first game. Now moving to Canal.
Yeah, I mean, this game, 5 tanks from PPS doing more in 2k, 0 Gravity, 2 tanks doing more in 2k, but I think what PPS did really well here is their pressing play, really applied a lot of pressure to 0 Gravity. I think the Vickers Light from PPS also did really well to get spots and pincer the 0 Gravity tanks, and PPS also chipped away 0 Gravity tanks hit points away gradually well. So now we're on to Canal, which is going to be another game that is going to last for quite some time.
I just noticed. Wait. Oh, never mind. Okay. But yeah, Canal, a map even more so played with caps than Castilla is, because Castilla is more about locking down cap positions and stopping your opponent team from getting any, while also being very hard to claim one yourself. Canal is more about getting the initial cap advantage by getting the caps earlier than the opposing team, and just trying to be very fast and very consistent with your cap plays. Rotations here are also very important. But we see some very tall tanks here being used by PPS, Kranz, and 50B yet again.
I would say like Canal is a map, or I mean, at least the teams will get caps this time. It's not like all 7 minutes will be used, but occasionally it could happen when both teams only get 1 cap, but usually they will get 2 caps because the B and C, all the attention will be on B and C. These caps will be very important for both teams to get it or to reset it. So we can see both teams trying to work around that.
Definitely. What needs to be paid attention to though is mostly the decamp, as within this season there's been a lot of attention to that side, specifically being just pushes made to that spawn, or not even that spawn, but just that cap circle with heavy tanks, and often resulting in a very big brawl.
Yeah.
But from the initial movement here, it doesn't seem like we will be getting any of that in this game.
I'm not very sure about that. Both is going into the same direction, and Arctic going down into this trough here, going to do somehow down maybe to reset B, but I don't think he's able to do that. PPS got B, and that can be very crucial with Pac-Man looking to secure A as well.
This is very awkward that P6 getting tracked out in the open now, losing his ammo rack here. Will not be able to repair this for the next 70 seconds.
Oh no, Sherm is also getting shut down. 0 Gravity has now made a big call to shut down Sherm. He is really isolated, and Sherm is trying to call for help, but I don't think his teammates are listening to him though.
Yeah, but they are trying to shut down P5 here. They are just straight up pushing for him. He's out in the open and he will not survive for any longer either. Dropping soon after here, but the hit points are still very even. But Zero Gravity
However,
is pincering themselves in the middle here.
yeah, they have the low ground here, and PPS have the high ground. This is going to give advantage to PPS, and now P6 is now one shot. One more shell from War Machine will do the job, and he's going to land that killing shell, and they're looking for Edgy next.
And the 50B here also now reloaded again. Gonna be able to put that full clip to use here. And that's gonna hurt. Oh, he bounces on the back there. Still though,
fire.
he burns and goes down. B here now stopped by Arctic, but I don't think caps are gonna be all too important in this one, as they do want to play this aggressively. And Turtle will go down to Awesome.
Very true indeed, and PPS is now leading by more than 3,000 hit points, and 3 very healthy Clippers looking for the head of Dominator. I think he will be shut down. Oh, they're going for Articus, that very interesting call here.
Definitely the softer target, and the one with more DPM here. Him being focused is not too wrong, and the 50B here using his hit points as a buffer and a distraction here. Not too bad of a call either. But with that, Arctic will go down. And it's just 2 tanks left, and this game will go to PPS here.
I thought Kara is almost stuck here for a moment, but no. Dominator is on fire, and he's going to be killed by Awesome Tanker, leaving Klutnishka the last man standing.
It means we had 2 in Zero Gravity here burning. Not sure if that is physically possible, but PPS made it work. And
True
with that,
indeed.
are gonna take that match point here.
Yes, and also Tanker cleaning off Klutnishka, and that is a really good game by PPS. I think staying, remaining on the high ground is really important in this situation, and I think they sent maybe way too many tanks down there to shut down Sherman, although Sherman called for help, but Zero Gravity, PPS also made a great move to shut down P6 as well. I mean, that crossfire into P6 is not to be underestimated.
Definitely, and it seems, as I'm just having a look right now, the other game that is currently being played in the challenges, the first canal match also happened in a similar manner, being with a brawl around the encounter camp and less about the caps themselves. Very interesting to see that both these games happened in a similar manner here. Not being played by caps, but instead just by absolute annihilation here. A very unusual canal game. So, still match point though for PPS. They're gonna be looking to play this very comfortably and maybe even a bit risky, as they have leeway to lose one of the matches if they so choose.
Interesting call by PPS, double T22, and then once again triple crown and double E5. This looks like a CD strat when you are seeing double T22. That is probably where you expect them to go, because they are closer to that cap rather than the A cap, and Zero Gravity is going to take only one Vickers Light and triple E5, double IS4 and crown fog. And I would say Zero Gravity might be looking for AB, and so it's probably going to be a race of getting 2 caps quickly enough for both teams.
Seeing as how PPS has 2 E5s, though, we might also see just a very aggressive heavy rush on the D side. That all depends now if Edgy turns around immediately and Nubinator. No wait. I mean, Pac-Man and Sherman, actually. Wrong side here. But we might see that happen. It has been seen before, but otherwise, the BA and CD call seems likely. Always the highest chance for an outcome here.
True, and I think, yeah, double T22 is what I would be expecting going for D. And Kondisha is also going for D as well.
And here we go, Sherman and Pac-Man both going for the D side. And we have double crown wagons here in C. Gonna get that cap very, very quickly here. A little bit faster than Turtle Juice doing it himself.
PPS got C and is going to get away with that. Oh, double tap into War Machine, that's important, but look at that. They might be able to spot up the E5s crossing into D, or maybe not. The T20s might be in deep trouble now with the Karma trying to run away. Oh my goodness me, this can descend into anarchy very, very quickly.
And JTA has to be careful now. He does see all of these E5s though. But luckily, PPS sent their own tanks over here, but these mediums have dropped a lot of hit points already.
Yeah, JTA now down to a 2-shot potentially, and Zero Gravity really wanted his head out of this game. And Dominate P6 just going past, and he kills off JTA.
Absolutely going for this. Yeah, Edgy here now has paid quite the price though. As Zero Gravity here being absolutely aggressive here. Focus now on Pac-Man, who's between everyone. And whilst this brawl is happening, we also see a brawl on the C-cap, which currently is won by Zero Gravity.
Oh, but Pac-Man, oh no, I think he bounced one. I'm not sure if he bounced the second, but a lot of tanks getting killed in a few seconds, so it's going to be really tense. Zero Gravity with a hit point pulley at the moment, and it's anyone's game now.
Yeah, this is currently a 5v4. But awesome here. I don't think he's gonna be able to stand for too much longer here. Is able to do another good shot into Arctic there. But he has 3 tanks in front of him. Nubinator behind. Ooh. And he's not gonna stay. Oh, he gets that bounce.
Unable to bounce there. And Nubinator might be looking to finish Awesome Tanker off, and he does just in time. And it's going to be 5 versus 3. This is going to be Zero Gravity with 2 caps and more than 1k of hit point advantage. And PPS need to approach this one really cleverly, but otherwise it's going to be pretty grim for them to win.
Definitely. Having still their Vickers' life is also gonna be very good, because he can now start brawling with the rest of PPS here. Doesn't have to worry about it too much, although Karma is still very healthy. But they're just lacking the extra guns that Zero Gravity now has. And are going to be applying more pressure. D here being stolen right under their nose, being one of those things.
Yeah, and PPS didn't really bother to even reset that base, with Sherman now killed. It's now 5 versus 2, and it's really looking worse for wear with PPS. And they just have to shut down tanks near C, but I don't think Zero Gravity will allow PPS to do that.
Yeah, especially now seeing as both of them are heavily split here. This game definitely cannot be turned around. And we're gonna go to tiebreaker.
We always love a tiebreaker, don't we? And the Karma is now 1 shot, and it's going to be Klubnichka trying to finish off Karma, and he does. And we are now on to the tiebreaker. It's going to be... I forgot the map. Oh no, very soon.
There's Neville Frontier.
Yep. 4 tanks doing more than 2k for Zero Gravity, PPS. 3 tanks doing more than 2k for them. And I think Zero Gravity, their brawl in the seaside, I think that is the most important part, because D is pretty much equal there. And I think if you can win a brawl on one side and not lose the other, then you're pretty much set for winning this match.
Definitely, we're gonna be having to look at the tank choices here, and the Vickers here, Zero Gravity definitely gonna be using that well. Probably an early cap on the C side here. I don't think he would go into the middle.
No.
Because
usually the Vickers light in most of the situations would be used for sporting rather than fast cap, because if you go for fast cap at the start, then you would lose some important information on where the RT will go. So I suppose Klubnichka would want to go into either to the middle or maybe to the left to get some spots up. So that's kind of my prediction. And Klubnichka is a really good tank player, so I think he can make that decision himself.
It will be interesting though, seeing as the FV215B is being played. Not quite sure where they're going to be placing him, but I would be to assume it will be behind C. That seems to be the most thoughtful placement. Or maybe even near the early spot position where you have that hold down wall placement there. A lot of positions that FE can use, but the main purpose of it, of course, being the gun. A wonderful thing on that vehicle.
Also note that PPS has no mediums or lights, so it could be a problem, but we saw early on with APA also taking no mediums or lights, however you play with 7 heavies. I think it all boils down to whether you could isolate tanks well, but with that kind of setup we are seeing, I'm expecting them to go for A and B because there is more terrain to work with.
Yeah. Hit points here are fairly similar between these two teams. And we do see the Vickers Light here going for potential early A position. But PPS is sending a lot of tanks there. 3 in fact.
Kludishka is doing some defensive sporting here. He does not want to overextend because PPS is looking really aggressive on A. And Kludishka knows that. Kludishka knows that he cannot be careless. And PPS is looking to get secure A at the start. Sherman is now spotted. And C is going to be captured by P6.
Yeah, but we are going to have a slight cap advantage here. For PPS, even if Nubinator here now doubles up. They're not going to be able to catch up to them.
Oh, they got the caps at the same time though.
Yeah, Edgy just wedged himself in there. Managing to tie here. What a close one.
But Zero
look at
Gravity
that
is
aggression here.
really, yeah. I think they're looking to shut down War Machine, but don't forget JTA and Skips are spawn basing, so they can absolutely rotate and shut down Zero Gravity trying to rush a War Machine.
Yeah. Oh, Edgy and Nubinator have not been spotted because War Machine has dropped down actually. And that might save Zero Gravity here for quite a bit. But the Vickers, he might run into that double Kranwagen and that could hurt him really hard.
Oh, we're
there
seeing
we go.
trouble now. Oh, bounce! Glitcha needs to run.
Wait, how did he hit Skips?
No
He
idea.
missed JTA,
Wait.
hit Skips instead.
Oh.
But look at
Oh,
that
no.
Zero Gravity here. They're making their move, and their target is these double Kranwagens up top. But the Vickers
Yeah.
is getting shot to pieces right now.
True
But I don't
indeed.
think this is worth it. Look at that. Zero Gravity, they're just being led into a pincer movement here.
Oh my
They
god.
have been too greedy, and P5 and the Vickers are paying a heavy price for it.
Wow, oh, I don't know, it's like pincer after pincer after pincer, Zero Gravity now pincering PPS forces, and PPS is also pincering the Kranwagens. It's just an anarchy everywhere, but ready 3 tanks down for Zero Gravity, but Karma is also dead. This is really, really intense.
That is some absolute beautiful rotations from both these teams. But in the end, PPS here, thankfully by leading everyone with those double crans here, who were led by the Vickers.
It's chess game. But PPS, the pincer movement worked for them in the end, and Zero Gravity. And I think PPS really good focus fire as well. Look at Zero Gravity. I mean, the 2 tanks had full health until now.
-7, 2700. That is not something you see often. And with that, Zero Gravity moves down to the lower bracket.
True. Both teams play really well, I have to say.
Relax. For tomorrow, but as you said, a fantastic game from both these teams.
GG's to both teams, really. Arctic's now at 1 shot, and well done.
And we also have result for the other games, which is Rival beating Void in a tiebreaker.
Ooh.
3-2 here, also on Neville Frontier.
Nice. Nice
Meaning-
one, nice.
Seeing Zero Gravity playing Void.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting matchup indeed.
Looking at the damage here, 5 tanks do more than 2k for PPS, Zero Gravity. Only 1 tank do more than 3k, but this game is simply chaotic. Lorenz Attractor That this is the best way I can put it in here. It's just pincer after pincer after pincer. You think that PPS pincered or zero gravity? No, it's zero gravity pincering PPS, but it's also not the case. PPS pincering zero gravity back is just mind-boggling to say the least.
Yeah, a lot of pincering because Pincer is a clan. But
True.
we also have our results for the professionals on
Nice.
the NA server, and they are as following: Pramo beating Joker 3-1, and Apex losing to Rain 3-1 as well, meaning Apex will be having to face against Joker here in the lower bracket semifinals. And that will be very interesting to see, especially seeing as how they have played twice already yesterday in Group 2, both games being won by Apex here in tiebreaker. So Joker here has to overturn them now, because if they don't, they will be moving out as 4th place, losing 3 times to the same clan. Not sure if they would be happy about that.
I don't think so, but I mean the leaderboard of NA Apex is currently the 3rd place. I mean, from the Cups leaderboard, you'll be expecting Jokers to be out, but you would never know. I don't think anyone would have expected some teams to do really well at this stage, particularly on the EU server with APA and Asia server with Team ID. So absolutely, Apex should not underestimate the capability of Jokers here.
Definitely. But it seems to be very exciting, especially seeing how challenges double tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Very close games between all of these teams. And I'm having the game open of Void Rival right now. That went down to the wire here. Both teams at around 800 points.
Right.
Rival actually down on hit points. Like, what are they? Wait. No hit points are even. But it's just a brawl around B at the end, which is not something you see very often. But
Right.
yeah, 850 to 890 points. That was a close one.
Well, at the least, Bramwell got 3 outcomes correctly, and even 1 correct fixture prediction, I believe.
Ooh, Void was just a little bit too split at the end. I'm just seeing that right now. Ooh. Losing out by Tank's kill here. As Rival wins that. Both very close matchups here, and I'm looking forward to this one, as Zero Gravity has yet to face against Void in the top 8 matchups here in the group stages and the final stage. They've yet to meet.
We can ask
So the result-
Bramwell what he thinks about this matchup. Who will win this one? We'll find out soon.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what it will spit out, especially seeing as he was correct with 3 of them.
Yeah, I thought Void could have. I thought Void would win against Rifle, but Bramwell got it right. So well done to him. To it, I mean.
I mean, it got the tiebreaker right for PPS.
Yes.
It reverse scored Pramo Joker.
Yep.
And yeah, Apex Rain just off by 1 game.
Yeah.
So very close in terms
Very
of
close.
predictions.
Do note that it's very hard to predict games at times because the nature of the esports scene here is very unpredictable, and let's use the example of APA versus Serenity. I think Thomas Peterson got Serenity to win APA 3-2, and on your stream, I think everyone went for Serenity winning, right?
Yeah, 11 people.
Oh, well, 11 is it? So it's,
11 people predicted, 11 people were wrong.
Yeah. So don't. So even if you think that bot got it wrong all the time, I think equally we as humans would not get the results correct every time. To be honest with you, it's very unpredictable, and that is why I love Blitz, because you never know what will happen.
I mean, that's also a big factor of a mental state that the teams are in, which a automated program won't ever be able to fully understand, because it's a human emotion.
Yeah.
And even us streamers, we don't always know the exact things that happen in their voice chats or between players even sometimes. So all we can do is just see from what is happening on the battlefield itself. And from what we saw some really tight games.
Yeah, I can agree with that. First game it was. Oh. Wait, Zero Gravity lost the second game of Canal, or is it the other way around? I forgot.
Wasn't Castilla the first game?
Yeah, the first Castilla's first game. Zero Gravity won the first one, but for Canal I forgot the order. Actually.
Oh, no. I mean, I can check. The first game was won by Zero Gravity. That was with the with the mosh pit in the middle. The Vickers actually doing 5k there from Zero.
Nice.
And we had the D brawl, which Zero Gravity just failed miserably. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, was it that way around, or was it? No, it was definitely that way around. It was first the mosh pit, then the D play.
I see. So we'll be knowing soon Jokers versus Apex, and also Zero Gravity versus Void. The prediction you'll find out in no time.
And also
we got it.
Oh.
Jokers is predicted to win Apex 3-2, and Void is predicted to win Zero Gravity 3-2. So Bramwell is not giving up on predicting Jokers to win. So I like its persistence, but is it going to be the case at the end? We will find out.
One thing maybe worth mentioning here. We will have 34 joining us here for this matchup to follow. We will be streaming this. So if you don't like us,
no, you must like us. You must like us.
Check him out on stream. He is streaming on Twitch for those interested. 34 WoTB. And of course, for the professionals, we're gonna have Fuji Dynamite co-commentating, as well as Fishy and Papa Rage, all three seeing the same game, which will be Joker Apex.
Yeah,
an action-packed one. Definitely gonna be interesting to see that result.
Very true indeed, and can't wait, to be honest with you, on the next one. It's just only like 3 minutes until the room is up, I believe.
2 minutes.
Yeah, and I believe it's called Angel, because your name is not. And I think it's not. I think it's Spanish, is it not? And some call you Angel, saying, yeah, that spawn baiting on Normandy worked really well, and just saying OPS, PPS was really good in that match, and I'm very happy for them.
I mean, if we break it down again, what happened was that War Machine lured in tanks, unintentionally, maybe so. Zero Gravity, very aggressive over the seaside, like abnormally so. They couldn't follow up with War Machine because he dropped down.
Right.
And then they had Zero Gravity's Vickers moving in through top spawn because they
Mhm.
probably thought that
They got it
they
secure.
had,
They got
they
it
had
secure.
everything in the other side near A. But there was two Kranwagens waiting, the Vickers then turning around, baiting up the Kranwagens, buying time for the rest to come around from below, which is not a short way to move. And we had PPS not too far away either, then getting behind those that were chasing their own Kranwagen. And then the Kranwagens came around again after clearing the Vickers. So it basically was a circle around that one hill there. And it was just
Yeah.
so well.
Very true, and I think the room will be up very soon. Zero Gravity versus Void, again another tiebreaker prediction. You never know, but I really hope to see a very close matchup because we want to see excitement and a lot of action going on.
Yeah.
Right, so
Oh, there's our Rumen, right? Starting off on Normandy. That is interesting.
here we go. Normandy is a map that is really relatively open, great for hold down tanks such as the T110, E5s and the Crown Bargains. Not quite so for the IS4 and the Mouses because the terrain is quite undulated. That means terrain resistant values of IS4 and the mouse would work against them, and also it's quite an open map, so you can get shot from a lot of angles.
Yeah, Normandy. A lot of matches boil down to the plane area, B, C, and D, with some teams sometimes attempting for an A play, but that might result in the team pushing the other flank. So it will be interesting to see what this one will for
But
us.
normally for Normandy, no pun intended, would be looking to get the caps near of C and D from both sides, and then the attention would turn to A, where this cap could be very important though because B is very open and you can't really get that. But A, it's possible you can hide with some obstacles and terrain near you, and really all the team would be looking to spot that tank trying to go into A and reset that and punish that tank. And once we got B, C and D caps captured, I think we can follow closely on what is going on the A side.
Indeed.
So
I'm just interested that there's a 50M in my queue right now from Zero Gravity.
50M, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I'm on the other side.
I'm from the Void side, yeah. Void is now going with AJ Gamer in the T125 alongside Lost Sky and Alidar, but you can't lose a Sky. You can't lose a Sky. Come on, Sky. It can't remove Sky. It's not Photoshop. You can't delete it out of a single keyboard hotkey there. And Bagwell is going to play in a T125 with cheating legend in the Crown Bargain. I can feel some shade over some clan over on some region here, and NA 230 in the E100. Now Bagwell is changing into Crown Bargain.
So interested though in E100 for this map? I've seen mouses before, and those hardly work, but in E100?
Don't think it would work too well, but it's NA server. Anything could happen. You know, they love heavies a lot, so I won't be.
That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah, but the terrain resistance can be a big problem for E100 and such a big tank. It's going to be hard for it to shield himself.
Very true. But yeah, see, I think we're gonna see a slow start here, seeing as how both teams have a Vickers scouting out the opponent team, seeing what they do, and seeing how they approach this one.
Can Sporting Sherman saying, can we just not talk about his damage, 800 damage game? Oh, no, we're going to talk about it. I think that game though, Sherman doing only about 800 damage. I think he should be put onto the subs bench, right? Avery, do you think so?
Need to check which game that was.
I don't know. I think maybe the last game.
He had bottom damage in one of the Castilla games, but that's not 800. Oh, the one Canal game. He did 800.
Oh.
When PPS won, he just did 800 in his eyes.
Oh, noob. You did, yeah. So don't know how you got into PPS. I'm just joking. Okay, don't take it serious. You're just joking around. But Zero Gravity is just going with quadruple Crown Valiance by Edgy, P5, Arctic, and Turtle Juice. Gonna make some really good black pudding right here, and Lubinator in P6 double T110E5 and Klodichka Vector Slide once again.
Yeah. I am excited.
I am too. Normandy. A lot of you could expect a lot of brawls very soon. Well, it also early on the E server, both teams use all 7 minutes in this game. Will we see the same? We will find out soon.
Early push here into the city from not city, middle from both Vickers.
Right.
Meeting here near the windmill. But we have both teams here sending some heavy tanks down near A.
Great spots by Oxer, but he got shot at, and also Gravity started really well.
Yeah. Lost Sky, yeah, had to use his repair kit there. His ammo rack was gone.
Oopsie.
Oh, he got stuck on a rock here. Absolute punishment. Bit of a driving mistake. I think he watched my streams too much.
I believe so, and now Zero Gravity is just barreling in. They're looking to shut down potentially cheating Legend here now. It's going to be 7 tanks versus 6 tanks cheating Legend. It's going to go down to P5. That means Void lost 2 tanks already within 1 minute.
Still rather even considering that though. Lost Guy here, Amarak for a second time this game is now out of the picture though. But the tank advantage is just piling up more and more in Void here.
Arctic's trying to pull back, but he got killed by AJ Gamer in the end, and it's now 4 versus 5. Dominator on fire, and he's going to die from fire, and he did.
Good shot from that E100 there, 1000 thanks to that roll. But even so, it's a 3v4 here with hit points and DPM lacking for Void right now.
Yep, and the P6 is looking for Alidar. It's in fact Zero Gravity looking for Alidar here, and NA230 is still really healthy. He's going to land a big shell into Edgy, maybe an Edgy shell probably, but we will find out soon.
Another fire, that's the second one he's done right now. Paying the RNG gods a little too much gold here. Now trying to
run away. He needs to do that though, because he's now down to 677, and NA230 is going to ram into Turtle Juice. Great job here, but Bagel Boys can put great shots into Turtle Juice. They're looking for Bagel Boys, and he's killed by P6 with him dropping the reactive armor.
To the back? No. Oh, maybe on the Vickers.
Oh, no, great shell right here.
Definitely done about 4k now. That was 80 pence.
It's not really enough.
2 HE pens and 2 fires here. But Zero Gravity just with a lot better focus fire. And the Vickers a bit drunk on his driving.
To be honest with you, I think both teams have great focus fire. I think everything went so south when Oxa just died with doing zero damage. Got information up, and AJ Gamer just, got heavily focused down by Zero Gravity. So great job to Zero Gravity, really.
3 players with 5k in one game. That is
Yes.
insane. Especially NA here, sticking out compared to Orsa. Poor guy. Couldn't
Poor
even
little fella.
fire this game. Not
Yeah, it's-
even press his button, and Void here.
I
Got
think that was
through the middle push.
true. Maybe there was an oopsie right here, and I hope we can forget about that game for Otza. I don't think he will be proud of that though. But I mean, yeah, more than 5k for both teams at least one time. But this is about team games, all 7 players. I would rather see all 7 players doing more than 2k rather than one single player doing a lot of damage. Usually that means some player is not very useful in that game, but if you have 7 players doing more than 2k, every single tank is useful, and every single tank probably shared hit points well and shared damage well with the focus fire and so on. And now we're going to be seeing changes, and we'll find out soon what change is going to be.
And yeah, we see T22 now from Orsa. Doesn't want to die this quick again.
Obviously no flashbacks about that, and he does not want to relieve that moment here. Chitsuru Mitsuhara asking you, Avery, but he's not streaming though, so you can't tell him to show his enemy desktop background on my stream. I don't have it saved. So with Void, red team north spawn, Zero Gravity blue team south spawn, and this time let's hope for the best for Otza not to die too quickly this time. And obviously he's playing a lot more defensive. He's trying to reset and A, and with Void looking to get D at the start, that will probably give them a cap advantage with Zero Gravity at the same time looking to get C with 2 tanks.
And we are going to be looking for a very close points here with C and D both being taken at the same time. It's all going to be about that early damage, and NA this time not doing too well with that.
Great job to Zero Gravity though to shut down the T110 trying to go to capture D, and Zero Gravity now once again going very aggressive to shut down the T110. Have they made the right call here? Zero Gravity with more than 1000 hit points of advantage. This is really good stuff here.
Yeah, ooh, this is a very aggressive push now with the clans as well over the plane here. AJ goes down first. And now this is all about focus fire here. And Zero Gravity just has it all.
Yes, and Void just needs to get Klutnishka out of the game, and Otza is there to provide the support that Void desperately needs. And Zero Gravity would lose Klutnishka very soon, and Otza kills him off.
And next target here to focus is Bagel, but they definitely need to worry about that T22. Leaving him alive for too long might be troublesome in the end, but also just keeps on bouncing right now. Not able to do too much here with his T22.
Void trying their best to focus fires now 4 versus 5, but Lone is going to be down very quickly. I think they're looking to put a shot into Turtle Juice, but he bounces onto Turtle Juice, I mean Lone. And both tanks are down.
Yeah. Crazy focus fire here. And Zero Gravity, I think they might have found their way around Void here.
Oof.
And that is absolute aggression from the beginning. Also here, getting shot down very hard.
Arctic rammed into Otza, and with another shell kills him off. Alida is going to be the next sorry target for Zero Gravity, and he's down to Edgy, leaving Cheating Legend the last person standing.
Yeah, that is just... I kind of feel sorry for Void here at this point. They just got shut down
Oh
so
my god.
hard. That
Do you see what Zero Gravity is trying to do? Is trying to staircase, and Dominic's trying to do a T with Edgy, and that was beautiful to watch. Cheating Legend finally down. It's 2-0 for Zero Gravity.
And that's match point as well.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, we can see AJ here and NA both on the chopping block here of Zero Gravity. And what a shutdown that was. Very early on.
This time Zero Gravity, 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Fantastic indeed. Void, I think the T125s persisted with trying to capture D, but Zero Gravity already has tanks to do that, and they kind of hesitated whether to go in to support T125. That moment there cost them the game, I would say. But that what they tried after was what they could was all they could only do to salvage that disadvantage they had, and sadly the focus fire started really well and kind of petered out in the end.
Yeah. We're moving now to Yukon though, and a lot of IS4s here. 3 on each side, but Zero Gravity here with double mouse, going for a lot more hit points than what Void is doing, but both teams to your liking, going for Vickers.
Yeah, obviously, we saw before Yukon you can absolutely take 7 heavies and go aggressive and take down either the tanks here, but I'm happy that both teams are taking at least 1 light tank, because the light tank can be very important when it comes to flanking around and trying to obtain information for the other team. You know, you really want to know where the enemies are positioned and how they are positioned, and that could mean they could plan their rotation better.
Yeah. But now it is all up to Void. Hopefully using their gold boosters properly here. Having to win 3 games in a row if they want to overturn Zero Gravity now.
And if they don't
Great right now.
at the moment, yeah, they don't look great right now. And if they don't want to get jinxed by Bramble, this is the game that they have to win. And the hit points in slight favor of Zero Gravity. That means Void needs to trade a lot better than Zero Gravity. Equal trading will not be sufficient.
Definitely. We see speed boosts already running off from Void here. Trying to get that C cap very early. And also here outspotting his opponent in Navicus. Able to get a knowledge out here. And Void very aggressive here in taking more aggressive positions here in the top half of the map.
Turtle Juice is going in a really aggressive position as well to spot tanks.
They're pushing behind. See, look at this aggressive nature again.
Oh
Pushing
yeah.
on Void and AJ here.
Oh dear. He is going down very quickly. But the hit points are now in favor of Zero Gravity, and AJ Game instructed reactive armor, though this has confused Void a little bit.
And look at that, there's now a double mouse pushing through the middle. What do you do about that? There's just not a lot you can. And Void here in absolute distress are starting to up right now, and that is not the right call to make.
Credits to Zero Gravity, that was a really good push here. Void just got shell-shocked, but no, the hit points are actually neck and neck. It's not but with Zero Gravity actually lost the hit point pool here. What happened there?
Ali there down to a one-shot is able to be picked up here by Nubinator now, and it is a 5v6. But as you said, the hit points here are again in favor of Zero Gravity. It's being swapped around here consecutively.
But we'll see 1v1 action from Kludishka and Otza. Otza has to win this one for Void because they're down by lots of hit points now.
He is able to win this here. Now a 3v5 with P6 here down to a one-shot. But the rest from Zero Gravity is still very healthy. And there's also 2 mice still left. And
yeah,
killing those off is not going to be easy.
Not going to be easy. But Void might have the advantage with the DPM, but you never know. NA is going to go down to the mouses and the IS4 very soon. and also he has to think what he could do in this situation, but really not a lot of options on the table.
Catching the Vicars of God, and with that, we're gonna see a free 0 here from
Yep.
Zero Gravity.
Oh, that bounce from Cheating Legend, but doesn't matter. Void is bowing out of the Challengers tournament, and that means Zero Gravity is through to the lower bracket final. Congratulations to Zero Gravity.
What a strong performance from them here, breaking down Void with absolute aggression in each one of their games. They're just doing so phenomenally.
That was a brilliant push from Zero Gravity. Void, absolutely no response to that. I think they wanted a response, but I think they panicked as well. So especially when you're under a lot of pressure, you could really feel Void at this moment in time, and Zero Gravity just looking so confident, and they really deserve to go through to the next round.
Yeah. And with that, Void, 4th place here for the challengers. I think they can still be happy with that result, although they weren't able to show probably what they wanted here with that performance being shut down quite harshly. But the professional still going on.
Yep, and tomorrow we'll be streaming PPS versus Rifle. And do we have results for the professionals tournament though? No.
Still have.
Yeah, but I think because both of us are in Europe and it's really late in our time, so I think sadly we have to end the stream now. And I hope you can keep on following all the streams. We'll post their links in the chat and go ahead and watch these streams, and you'll get all the action there.
Yep. So if you are interested in any of the other, then give them some love. We have Papa Rage streaming in Spanish, Fishy in English, and Aminet and Fujit co-commentating. So you have a lot of options to go for if you do want to see that match.
True.
But that will be it for us today.
For us today, and we will dash off to sleep. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.